Hey, how's it going? It is Wednesday, my dudes, and this is video number 4. And I actually probably took about a week off from making a video because of anxiety. Not totally, but you know, the 4th of July was this past Saturday. I was down in Philadelphia celebrating, and it felt different. Because of COVID, and the protests, there were tons of cops and stuff, and security everywhere. And then, everyone's still on edge because of COVID and whatnot. But it was fun. I wanted today to talk about the many issues or problems that we have. I do that because problems are based on your perspective, I think. I think one person's problems are different, or the exact same situation could be deemed a problem or not a problem, depending on the person you're talking to. Everything's different to everyone, and so I think we have a lot of problems in this society, the whole world. Environmental, social, economic, medical, yada, yada, yada. It takes a lot of effort to fix them. And I think we've come to a point in the lineage of the world, of human existence, that we can start to tackle the problems head on at a more efficient pace, I guess you could say. But I think the biggest thing to focus on, especially right now, is social injustice, and specifically the racial inequality that we have all over the world, but especially in America. I think that if we can't agree and be equal and happy with humans of all shapes and sizes and walks of life, if we can't be happy with the people that actually talk to us, the things that actually talk to us and connect and have a relationship with us, if we can't cooperate a little better, we're just setting ourselves up for failure in all other problems. And I don't think we have a better opportunity than right now to really tackle this. But I've definitely noticed, and there have been words put out, that things are starting to fade away. Things are the energy and the drive, the focus on the racial injustice or the Black Lives Matter movement is starting to die down. And I think that's only natural, for things to have an initial spike and then for them to simmer down. But it doesn't mean that the principles we live and that we want to, or the morals we abide by in our lives and the things that we want to change, we still want them to change. I jumbled those words. It means that, or it doesn't mean that our morals are different, and it doesn't mean that the things that we want to change has changed. We still want the same things. It's just the energy is flowing in other areas. For example, sports are coming back. Things are starting to open up. I've seen that there's been talk that, for instance, the NBA coming back is just a distraction for the Black Lives Matter movement. And so they're actually putting social justice statements on their jerseys, apparently. But I think that sports coming back will loosen our focus on social justice. I think that's an easy thing I think it's easy to guess that's going to happen. We've had nothing else to do. I think it's a blessing and a curse. It will give us something else to think about. But, sports, entertainment is still things that we love. And whether we think it or not, we've made a lot of strides during this pandemic of protesting and getting our word out there. And just because things are changing again, and entertainment is coming back, and we're allowed to go out to eat at stores and stuff, it doesn't mean that our focus, our morals should change. Let's keep this ball rolling. Let's keep the momentum going. But you see this all the time with big movements that we want to change, with trying to fix our problems. We have a bunch of protests, and words are expressed, feelings are expressed, things are expressed, but it may not make a change right away, and then things start to fade off, and then things still haven't changed the way we want them to. For example, all the school shootings that happened, like Sandy Hook and the school down in Florida. I think Sandy Hook was Connecticut. We want these things to change. And initially when it happened, there was so much focus. There was a town hall. There were presidential candidates speaking, or at least political candidates like Mark Rubio speaking about this. And then it starts to fade away. But that's okay. That's just what happens. Nothing's ever going to be static, where we're going to be in this pandemic forever, and we're going to be 100% focused on changing social injustice for like 5 years. It's not really a feasible thing, where humans are naturally changing. We're a species of change, just like any other. But also with the terrorist attacks, that started to fade out, specifically like in the news. There's just more news to talk about as time goes on. What I'm getting at is that just because the focus is not as clear on what we want, things are changing. Continue to express yourself the way you want and reflect on that. Furthermore, I think that during this couple of years and whatnot, we will make change. This pandemic is really changing all of our minds for the better. It means making a new normal. And at this day and age, we're at a place where we can tackle these problems with much more focus than we used to. If you think about the beginning of existence was chaos, but I'm thinking about the beginning of countries forming and political leaders. For example, America. We started the way we started, breaking off from England and creating the 13 colonies and making business and sort of getting ahead. And it was sort of a necessary thing for us to put ourselves out there and get ahead. And unfortunately, slavery was one of those things that kept going for a while. And so it was like a necessary evil for us to do that, to create balance, to create a little less chaos. And so now, America and basically most other countries, not all, but we're all pretty much on the same playing field. Technology is at an all-time high. Medicine is at an all-time high. Where we're still all a little different, but we're still all pretty close in terms of knowledge, wisdom, with everything. And so with that being said, I don't think we need to put all our eggs in trying to get ahead anymore. I think we should put all our focus, or more focus, on tackling problems such as, endangered species, climate change, environmental disasters, and pollution, recycling, with social justice, bringing all races to equality, economic, we're in a lot of debt. There's still so much trying to get ahead, there's still so much focus on trying to get ahead and ideas on trying to get ahead. But I think we can let things settle, and maybe I won't talk about economic right now, but medical, there's so much we've learned. There's still so much we can learn. And if we put our focus on actually on what we truly want, which I think is helping our humans, helping the whole world in a natural aspect, like curing diseases, curing things. Here's a little economic. Without as much money involved, or needing to be involved, without as much politics needing to be involved. It's just adding to the list and decreasing the focus on what we really want. Anyway, I haven't even had breakfast yet. It is 12:10 on a Wednesday, my dude. And I just wanted to break the cycle of not wanting to post. And so I'm posting. And hopefully tomorrow I'll have something better. Have a great day.